Hello everybody, my name is Raul Palma. I am going to show you in this video the components enabling the semantic interoperability approach in ILIAD. In ILIAD, we follow an incremental model towards the full semantic integration based on the pay-as-you-go data management approach. This is inspired by the 5-star rating scheme defined by Tim Berners-Lee, which enabled data producers to evaluate the interoperability level of their data sets. This approach in our case involves three main components: the common information models, interoperability mechanisms to produce and consume the exchange data, and the provision of integrated data access interfaces. In the following, we show how all of these components have been used in some of the ILIAD pilots. Our first example is about the jellyfish swarm forecast pilot. The initial state of this pilot is that there was a lot of data, but it was fragmented. There were many missing insights. There was a lack of standardized data practices, not use of FAIR principles, inconsistent formats, etc. So the data harmonization pipeline took as an input the original Excel file, and we exported it into CSV, then generated a pipeline that processed the CSV and generate OIM compliant data according to a mapping specification in SparkWell. The data is also stored in a triple store. And once the data is in the triple store, we use the SensorThings API generation service to create an STA input automatically, and also provided a dashboard that visualizes the data in a map and also via some graphs to get some insights on the data. As a result, the data is harmonized using different standards, contributed to other initiatives in other countries. The ontology was developed in ILIAD Hackathon, and the data is accessible via the Foodie platform, which was shown in the previous slide. So I am going to show you live how some of these tools look like. Now the graphical user interface of the data harmonization pipelines. So for example, if I go to my workspace, I can see all the different pipelines defined by me. I will show you the jellyfish pipeline, and as you can see from here, I can visualize, modify, and execute. For example, if I go to the modify, I can see the different settings, input data sets, the mapping specification, where is it stored in the triple store, etc. And I can execute the pipeline from here. The pipeline stored all the harmonized data in the triple store. So if we go to the faceted search browser interface from the triple store, we can go to the text search and, for example, put the name of the property that we are observing in the jellyfish observations, which is the jellyfish abundance property. This gives me back the entity itself. If I click on it, I can see all the different observations collections that are related to this property. If I open one of these collections, I can see all the details. For example, the procedures, the sensor use, the time that was made, etc. And if I go to the particular observation, I can get to the results of this particular observation. Here I'm going to show you the SensorThings API interface that is generated automatically from the harmonized data using our ILIAD service. So as you can see here, I have the two endpoints, the root URL to the STA and the Swagger endpoint of the STA. So if I go to the Swagger, I can see all the different endpoints, and I can get executed and get all the different observations, or I can directly go to the root endpoint and start navigating this STA endpoint. Here I'm also showing you the dashboard that we generated for the jellyfish dataset. So here, for example, we can visualize for each of the years the distribution of the jellyfish on the map and get more details of each of these jellyfish observations. And also we can go to the different graphs to get some insights of the data, for example, to see the counts of per species of the jellyfish, the count per time interval, per month, etc. Thank you very much for your attention.